Haunting of Fort Leavenworth, Ghosts of the Rookery and Beyond. In the quiet hours of the night, when the soldiers of Fort Leavenworth retreat to their quarters, the echoes of the past come alive. This legendary military base, established in 1827, carries not only a rich history, but a dark presence that refuses to fade away. Our story begins with the Rookery, the oldest building on base, and is most haunted. For decades, soldiers and their families have encountered the ghost of a woman dressed in a flowing 19th century gown. Some say she is the restless spirit of an officer's wife who met a tragic end within the walls of the house. One cold winter night, a soldier's wife reported seeing the ghostly figure standing in the doorway of her living room. As she called out,
Hello?
The woman vanished, leaving behind only a lingering cold spot. But the terror of the Rookery doesn't end there. Soldiers on patrol have heard unexplained footsteps echoing through the hallways, despite being alone. Furniture is found mysteriously moved, and doors slammed shut without a single gust of wind. One former resident even described a night when she awoke to find the room freezing, her breath visible, though the heat was still on. As the temperature dropped, the sound of the woman softly crying filled the house. Just beyond the Rookery lies the notorious disciplinary barracks, home to some of the most spine-chilling experiences on base. Built in 1875, this prison has witnessed countless death and dark deeds. Guards report hearing the clanking of chains and muffled voices coming from empty cells, as if the souls of former prisoners are still trapped, reliving their final moments. One soldier on night duty described an incident he would never forget. While making his rounds, he heard a faint whisper calling his name. Thinking it was a fellow guard, he turned around, but there was no one there. As he continued, the whispers grew louder, turning into anguished cries. He searched the area, but found nothing but cold, empty corridors. Shaken, he swore he would never patrol alone again. Perhaps the most famous spirit to roam Fort Leavenworth is none other than General George Custer himself. Legend has it, Custer's restless soul walks the base unable to find peace since his ill-fated campaign at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Late-night patrols have reported seeing a shadowy figure, tall and dressed in what appears to be military uniform from the 1800s. One soldier even claimed that the ghostly figure saluted him before disappearing into the mist. Fort Leavenworth graveyards are no stranger to the paranormal either. Cemetery number 1, where many soldiers from the base early years are buried, is notorious for sightings of shadowy figures among the gravestones. Soldiers and civilians alike have reported the eerie sensation of being watched, only to turn around and see nothing but fog drifting through the headstones. Despite the passage of time, the spirits of Fort Leavenworth seems to linger, haunting those who dare cross their paths. Some believe these apparitions are merely echoes of the past, trapped in a loop of their own tragic histories. Others fear that they are malevolent spirits seeking revenge or release from their eternal torment. Whether the truth may be, one thing is for certain, Fort Leavenworth, with its storied past, is a place where the living and dead are never far apart.